Welcome to another Diablo 3 from a casual point of view. We're on episode number 16. I'm here with my co-host, Nate Dogg. How you doing today, Nate Dogg?
I'm doing good.
Ask me how I'm doing.
How are you doing?
I'm tired. You wanna know why I'm tired?
Why are you tired?
You remember last week, Seasons came out on Friday, right?
Yeah.
To another Diablo 3 from a casual point of view. We're on episode number
Friday,
16. I'm here with my co-host, Nate Dogg. How you
Friday,
doing today,
Saturday,
Nate Dogg?
I'm
Sunday,
doing good.
and
Ask me
Monday.
how I'm doing.
I think I have my something
How are
in
you
the
doing?
background. There we go. Okay, I fixed it. So, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I put in 50 hours. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That means I was doing about 12 hours a day, because 12 times 8 is 48, close to 50, around 12 and a half hours a day. So, you want to know what happened on the PTR for Seasons?
Yes, I'd love to know.
Now, you know, Seasons is like, if you guys don't know, it makes it so that you start a character over. You start from level 1. Everybody starts off with nothing. It's a fresh start. Everybody plays the game. Everybody has a first shot. So I'm leveling 1 to 30. Then I notice everybody's telling me, why the hell are you doing story mode? I'm like, well, you need to do story mode to unlock adventure mode. And they're like, no, you're not. So I'm making unlocked. So I guess what it was is if you had a character from the live servers that you copied over, it would allow you to actually just do adventure mode off the bat. Because you already had a character that you copy over that already beat the game, right? So if
Right.
you already copied over a character on PTR, automatically you can start at adventure mode. And I was like, well, I wish I knew that since level 1 because it would have went a lot quicker. But I said, okay, whatever. So then I started doing adventure mode.
Okay.
And things were cool. And then I start noticing, because you know they have notifications for when people hit 70. The first 1,000 people to hit 70, it flashes over the server. About a couple hours in, I was like, somebody's 70 already? Because remember, it started at 2, we did the show, and then I went to sleep. And I remember you left early last week. And I went to sleep, slept for about an hour, 2 hours.
Right.
Woke back up, got back on, then I started seeing all these level 70s pop up. I'm like, how are you hitting level 70? It takes, even with the good group, starting off with nothing, it takes at least about 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
Or is an exploit.
Hey.
But people do argue that it is PTR. It is good that this did happen on the PTR, and I
True.
do agree, but then I found out this exploit's been in the game for a while now. Blizzard's never done nothing about
What's
it.
the exploit?
It's called the Miser's Will. And what it is an Act 5 bounty quest. The only thing you need to do, there's 3 resplendent chests. If you open up the wrong chest, you get an elite. Or a special name mob. So you can get it on the first time. If you open up the right chest, you get the bounty, you get the rewards and everything like that. So people were setting it to while they're like level 1 on T6, which is something they shouldn't be able to do. They would walk in the quest, click all the treasure boxes, complete the quest, and just leave. Even if they die, they don't care.
Wow. See, I never did act, so I'm like, I didn't even know about this.
So they would go, for an example, from level 1 to level 8 in one go. So I do the quest once, I level up 7 times. Now at 66, it say you can go from 66 to 68 by doing the quest one time, but I don't think that's true. I think you might have to do it 3, 4, or 5 times. But you
Yeah.
still think about it, that's really insanely fast.
Yeah, it is.
And not to mention, the chests have a chance to drop legendaries, and the chest has a chance to drop.
But that's if you pick the right chest.
Yeah, but you can just spam them, I think.
Oh, you just 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And then you pick up whatever you can before they kill you.
So, people did that to level 70.
Okay.
It takes them about 2 hours to hit level 70. Now, at that point, I was like, okay, well, maybe things will level out now. But then I realized, well, if they did that quest to get to level 70, what's going to stop them to do that quest to get the Paragon levels?
Yeah.
Now, to get about 200 Paragon levels, 200 to 225, maybe 250, is about 100 hours of in-game time. So, naturally, about 50 hours gameplay, you're about 125 to 150 in Paragon levels.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's give or take. I was watching these guys, and some of them were like at Paragon 213 and 260 at like fucking
Yeah.
35, 40 hours game time. So I guess
Wow.
people were just still doing the quest over and over again to get the Paragon levels and get the gold. And use that on the characters, which I don't understand, because if you're going into a ranking system, why would you do that? Because it's like, it kind of... Okay, if you're starting from nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and you know it's going to be nothing, that everybody's using the exploit, you know Blizzard's going to patch it, but it's good they found the exploit. but it gains nothing. So I don't understand why people do it, but people just do it, I guess, just to show up on the PTR list for the rank. But anyways, so they would do that continually, and like they would do like people got millions and millions of gold, like 30, 40, 50 million just doing the quest over again, and then also getting experience, and then of course they're ranked up real high, and then it's like, well, shit. Now they did remove the glitch for 255 showing up, because that was a glitch that sometimes when you do the trial rift, how it places you in the higher rifts and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
They found out that that was causing the error, and they also found that sometimes if you had it set to torment level 2, right? When you're clearing the waves should be in alignment with what the rift is. Like
right.
Wave 1 should be level 1 of the rift, and then all the way up to whatever rift you can't clear no more. The first wave had a bug where it would actually set it to the current game difficulty. So say for instance I had it on T6, it would make the first wave T6 instead of actually greater rift level difficulty 1.
That sucks.
But Blizzard does know about that, and they said they're going to fix it. So, since all that happened, I was like, well, it's pointless for me to keep playing because I can't gauge myself against other players because everybody's using that shit, and I don't want to use a glitch because it's a waste of time. So I went ahead and made a guide out of it. If you guys want to check that out, it's !PTR 2.1 in the chat, or you can simply just head over to the YouTube channel. I have it up. And I just talked about the first 50 hours of gameplay. It really seemed like if somebody got a good drop, they would just have the advantage. Like, if you found, like, this particular weapon, like the Renho Flaler, the one that makes the toads hit twice, if you found that weapon, you're automatically doing well.
Right.
I've seen some people get the full Jade set, full 6-piece legendary sets, like, within 30 hours game time. But see, I don't know if that's because they play the game legitimately or they were just spamming I don't know if it's because of the exploit. And they also found there was another exploit with the Greater Rift tokens. Also, because like I said, Blizzard implemented the trials. What you do is, everybody needs a Rift Shard to go inside the Rift now, right?
Yeah.
If you get a Greater Rift token, if you go up to the actual little obelisk and you do it, it asks everybody, would you like to participate? It costs 1 Greater Rift token. Everybody declines except one person. The one person goes in and leaves, fails the Rift. So if you fail the Rift at wave 1, they just make you start at level 1. And it gives everybody in the game, even if they weren't in there, one Greater Rift token, and then everybody does it once, so everybody gets 4 tokens for the price of 1. I think they were running rifts over and over again.
That makes sense.
And then you know how, because the rifts, you're not meant to run Greater Rifts at right away. Because on Torment level 1 is when you can start getting the Greater Rift tokens, and it's like 2 out of 10, 1 out of 10 runs you get one. So you're doing it 4 times as much, you're getting so much more gear and so much more loot, and all the blood shards, people were able to do it that way. So check that guide out. I did okay. I was able to do Rift levels 20 to 21 with only 50 hours of gameplay.
That's cool.
So it's not bad. So most realistic for most people should be able to expect to do pretty decent at the Greater Rifts. But until Blizzard resets the seasons and they fix the glitches and the exploits, I can't really tell, okay, well, this is what everybody's looking at. This is realistic. This is... So, I mean, that's basically quickly what happened to seasons. But if you need more into detail, check out the video and stuff like that. But pretty much not too much in the world of Diablo. How'd your week go, man? And what were you up to this week when you were playing your character?
I actually didn't get to play that much. I got to play on Thursday, and Jean had to work a different shift. She worked from 7 to 7.
See, you say lies like that, then you get a trifecta count as Judas Camille.
I've had that.
I don't know. And then you got
the other
more.
2 I found last night.
And then I can't find one for the life of me. I can't find one for the life. Look at this one. You got one with critical chance, critical with attack speed, armor. You can reroll the armor for socket. That's good to go. Like, I have a problem finding one. And if you guys don't know what the Camille, and I know I'm mispronouncing that horribly, it's a really good necklace for higher level torments, because eventually at some point the jailer is going to kill you because it deals so much damage. And instead of you taking that arcane damage, it heals you. So
shit, I would be happy with it just doing nothing to me, but it heals me? Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
so Jean got off at 7, so she got home around 7:30. So normally what happens Thursdays, I get home, walk the dog, get a bite to eat, play Diablo for 6-7 hours. Right, go to bed at 11:30.
Right.
Jean gets off at 11. Come home, take a shower. But she got off at 7 today, or yesterday. So she got home at 7:30, so I lost, 7, 8, 9, 10. I lost like 4 hours. Well, she went to bed at around 10, and I couldn't fall asleep, so I just got up and played some more Diablo. So I did recover some hours.
Well, it's not too bad. Plus, you can always make sure your wife does take a priority over your games. That's just how it goes.
I found a helmet for the monk, which was weird. It just dropped a fucking monk helmet.
Yeah, I noticed on the PTR, I got a lot of drops that were for other classes, and I don't know if that was an error or what's going on, but I mean...
I don't mind it, personally. I think it's kind of cool, but...
I guess it somewhat makes sense, but... I mean, like I said, just... well, I'm glad you got what time you could get in. You got your Count of Duty, your Crusaders on point, man. You got good gear for it.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for...
I need that frickin' ring and that weapon.
Yeah, you need the Ring of Royal Grandeur. A lot of people were talking about that being very frustrating on the server because... on the PTR, because that's a real major ring. Because a lot of people early on were looking for the crafting... the good crafting legendaries they can just, craft from the blacksmith. And a lot of them are 3-piece bonuses, as you know, so they want to only use 2 pieces and use the ring. So some people were getting it, some people weren't. I got lucky. I got a pretty decent Thunderfury, but then I didn't get a Rinholm Flailor. So it kind of trades off and things of that nature. So I saw you did a couple bounties. You got some more Bloodshard. That's cool. Is it still entertaining when you play your character? You kind of feel, because we're down the months now after the game is released. Do you still compelled to play? Do you feel like you're only playing it because of the show? Do you feel like you actually like logging on for a little bit and playing it? Are you playing the game because you want to? You're playing the game because you feel like you have to?
I'm playing the game as much as I am because of the show. I would still play, but I probably wouldn't play a tenth as much.
Right.
I do enjoy trying to get better. It does make me feel badass when I can actually go in and destroy some shit.
Right.
So I do like that, but I would say that if this show didn't exist, I wouldn't be playing nearly as much.
Okay, fair enough.
But,
now, you know that Hellfire Ring and all this other stuff comes out. Are you trying to start farming all your crafting materials now? Are you not worried about it? Or you think you might make a seasoned character? Or what's up?
well, right now I'm trying to get that stupid Ring of Royal Grandeur. I can't believe I haven't gotten it by now, but whatever. No biggie. So I'm okay. I mean...
And you got 5 Infernal Machines, because basically when...
those are the old ones, so...
They still work for the new ones.
Cool.
So, I mean, the big thing is just a lot of people are farming for the Hellfire materials right now, or at least mostly for the keys. Some people take it up a step further. They're killing the Uber bosses to get the organs. And they're pretty much just going to have to wait for the necklace to come out. And it's 10 Forgotten Souls for one craft. So it's like if you wanted to craft 10 of them, that's 100 Forgotten Souls, which means that's 100 legendaries you got to smash. It's going to be fairly expensive because everybody wants that 5th passive. But even though not only do you have to hope you get the right passive, you also have to worry that is it going to roll good stats? Is it going to roll a socket? Because socket on that bad boy is going to be needed to probably be mandatory because you're going to want to run a 3 legendary gems.
Right.
And I have to say, when I was on PTR, I was able to get crit percent chance critical damage socket on all my rings and amulets. I was pretty happy about that. And the reason I did that is because they have a legendary gem that gives you 20% attack speed. So once you have that much increase, you can lose it off certain pieces. And things of that nature. I saw a lot of people, and I was talking to some people. Do you still think, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see if a lot of casual people are actually going to play Seasons. A lot of them seem like they're pretty enthralled to play it. They liked the idea of starting over, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I could see for somebody that's hardcore, I mean, can you really say Paragon level 300 is extremely different than Paragon level 387? Probably not. So I would think most people that are hardcore are fine with a reason to start over.
I think so. Do you still think a lot of the casual market's going to like that or not really?
I don't think the casual market's going to like to start over because we're not at that point where I feel like I should start over. I'm still gaining stuff.
Right.
I don't think...
So more towards the hardcore players and the more moderate players will probably restart is what you're saying.
Yeah. No, I think the hardcore players are definitely going to restart. But, I think in the grand scheme of things, I think they opened the seasons too late. Because if I was still in the mood of playing Diablo for, 10 hours and it just is fun.
Oh, what you're saying is that basically when this game came out in March, if they would have did it like in April or May, it would have been bigger.
Yeah, because then you can make the Crusader on the ladder on the season, get it as strong as you can, and then it comes over and okay, well now I have it for my single player character too.
That's very true. I never thought of it that way. Well, what about the incentives of the season only legendaries? They have a season legendary. I got both of them. I didn't really use them because I didn't have Ring of Royal Grandeur because I needed the 3-piece on another piece. But the bracer basically makes it so that you're immune to knockback and any type of stun. So you can't get vortexed, you can't get knocked back by any monster, and you can't get stunned and stuff. Alright, and the stats are pretty decent. It has elemental damage on it, it has int and vitality, and you can reroll for crit chance if you want. And the belt, you get a permanent 25% increase in movement speed. Mm-hmm. When you get hit, it's disabled, and if it's been 5 seconds since you've gotten hit, then it reactivates. And the 2-piece bonus for those two is 500 vitality. So I looked at it. I thought that was pretty cool and pretty interesting and unique.
I mean,
I think it's called Kremlons or something like that, the 2-piece set. And then every single class had their own Pacific Legendary. But I heard most of them sucked. The only one that was decent was the Crusaders, and they hadn't even put in the Witch Doctor one yet.
Yeah, I remember hearing you talk about that.
Yeah,
I mean, I really think that if you're me and you're already starting to decline in your playing and how much you enjoy playing, as opposed to when Reaper Souls came out,
right,
the incentive for you to start over is even less. So if you and I both speculate we're going to be getting another expansion sometime, right, so if they come out with another expansion, then I might do it and play the new character if there is one on the ladder, on the season.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, some people were talking about if maybe BlizzCon this year they're gonna announce the expansion. I told people no, they're not gonna. Announce
no, they just did PTR. They're not gonna announce it next year. Maybe they'll.
I think so. Maybe next year they might announce another Diablo expansion, but we'll have to.
Plus, I mean, we still have StarCraft 2.
We got
Protoss coming out.
We got to think about it. They got the Hearthstone expansion coming out.
That sucks. It's out.
Yeah, and have you played it?
I played it. My friend Jeff. He plays WoW, so if you play Hearthstone, you can get like an in-game mount and shit. He's telling me, they started the new quests and blah blah blah, and I am way better than him because I was doing the beta. I can't get past the second fucking girl.
Yeah, with the NPCs and shit.
And you know what? It's not that my decks suck; it's they're fucking cheaters. No, seriously, they are. Like, I will be playing, and I'm winning. I'm finally winning. And it's like, okay, next turn, he's dead unless he does 18 damage to me. He just did fucking 18 damage to me. Or she. And I'm like, it's not worth it. It's really not. Because I shouldn't be having this hard a time.
The first wing... Well, they have even heroic version of those monsters, too.
That's what I mean.
Like, the funny thing is like, that first one was free, and they said the next one's going to be, I think they're going to be $6.99 a wing or something like that.
Paying. Dude, I barely play that now. And her moves are so bullshit too.
we were talking about Hearthstone and shit like that. I mean, I tell people it's a good, casual, fast pick up and play game if you want to go deep into it. But then people started trying to compare it to Magic the Gathering, and I'm just like, you can't compare it because at least in Magic the Gathering, I always told people if you want to get out the card game, you can sell your cards. You can't sell your cards in Hearthstone. They said if they had it so that you could sell cards in Hearthstone and buy singles from other players, I think that'd make the game truly an online trading card game.
Yeah, well, Jeff, he's doing M15 Magic 15 season,
right?
He's saying if you join, it's $10 to join, and they give you a starter deck and a couple booster packs. The Magic Online. If you complete an entire season's cards, you pay like an additional $20, and they'll send you a pack in the mail.
Oh, really?
That's kind of cool, right?
That's pretty cool.
Because that was the main problem him and I had was I'm not paying for something digital like that when I could go out and buy the cards in a game shop. Because it's the same cards. There's no difference. So they're the same price. So, I mean, that's the way,
So, I mean, ever since that, I mean, I know it's a little bit like they had to take down a service for that, and they gave me a little. Well, it didn't take down PTR until the next day, or they didn't take it down, but it just kind of just was not available for a while. So, Seasons was okay. Could have been a lot better. One nice thing they did announce is that they did, and they posted this on DiabloFans.com. Hi guys, I'm quite excited to start some hardcore cares and new seasons when they go live. About that, when do they go live? What am I trying to find out if the season will start at 2.1 or later in the undisclosed date? Mini insight. The current goal, and say they said current goal, is for the seasons to go live with patch 2.1 because we talked a lot about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then that being said, we haven't announced a release yet for the patch. You can test seasons on the PTR though should you wish to do so, which I did. Can't find an answer to this online question. In my clan, someone think that season will start after the patch's launch. Who knows that? Because if they don't start day one off in patch, I'll start farming Uber keys. That is the goal, but we will of course make an announcement should they begin at a later time. So, like I tell people, it's like if they wanted, and this is what I tell people, if they wanted to make a definitive thing and say it is coming out this day, they would have said that.
Yeah.
And when Blizzard said something before, like, no, it's coming out today, and it comes out, you're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But they left, like I said, they always answer themselves to leave themselves like a little bit of breathing room. Well, are you sure that because the guy wants to know, if Seasons is coming out first day of the patch, I don't even need to farm shit. I'm not looking back. I'm never going back to, I'm just going to keep making new characters.
Right.
Which is viable. Then I don't have to waste my time doing a non-season character. And then Blizzard was like, well, that's the ultimate goal, but...
Well, also, think of it this way. They still have to test an entire season.
Yeah, they do.
And how long is a season? 3 months? So, ideally, you could say a season, the point-and-blank season will start 3 months from yesterday.
But I will say this, though.
Because if they're going to test an entire season...
How can you test a season if they have an exploit that lets you get to level 70 in 2 hours and all this other shit? I think they should have nerfed those things or just got rid of them, reset the server, gave everybody a bonus 200% experience so you can get back up quickly, but actually playing the game legitimately.
Right.
Or just going through the modes. Because like when you have something that can give you lots of gold and lots of experience, it kind of offsets the testing and back, because you can't tell anything what's legit and what's not because everybody's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Blizzard has their own way of doing things. It's just like I always say. I think they bit off more than can chew, and I don't think it's going to be out anytime soon for seasons.
I don't either. What did we say? We were both. When is
We'll say the BlizzCon's November, so I'm thinking that
we're-
it'll be September or October. But
No,
I really don't
it's
think
after
October.
Blizz. I think it's gonna be after.
Well,
BlizzCon.
I think that patch 2.1 is going to come out right before BlizzCon, and I
That
think
doesn't mean-
Seasons is going to come out in January.
That's what I mean. I think Seasons is gonna come out December, January.
Because I was telling people, you don't want to release a console right next to the PC version coming out with all
Right,
this
and
extra
also
stuff.
you want people to go to BlizzCon. You don't want them home playing your game. So why would you put out the Seasons the month before?
That's true.
Yeah, Seasons is gonna come out after BlizzCon. That's my bet.
Because they got the console coming out, Hearthstone expansion, because that's releasing every couple weeks, and also World of Warcraft expansion comes out in December. Because they said that the soonest it will come in September, the latest it will come in December. I can't see them dropping World of Warcraft
Same
in
reason.
September.
So they could do the Warcraft expansion November,
Right.
or and after BlizzCon November,
Yeah.
December, January for Diablo.
Yeah, I suppose. We're really just gonna have to wait and see. All right, enough being negative. Let's be positive here.
That's not being negative. That's being real.
They have made finally a fetish counter for witch doctors, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
I enjoy that. Fetishes no longer replace each other, so you can cast fetishes. You can have the fetishes with the Zuni ones permanent and the ones that you make
All right.
and stuff like that. They reworked the Barbarian a little bit. I don't know necessarily what they did per se, but it seems like they're doing a lot better on the ladders, which Wizards seem to be doing phenomenally well on the ladders as well too. Crusaders the same. The other class that seems to be lacking is Monk still. Monk still needs a little bit of help, but it looks like Blizzard is bringing all the other classes up until the point of the Witch Doctor. But basically, one big thing I did notice, they said the HP scaling with the pets inside the Greater Rift was unintended. So now pets are dying a lot more. But then again, we do have a gym. When you get to level 50, it makes our pets unkillable, so it kind of balances everything else out.
Oh no, I can't recast my dog. That's not that hard. It's only a fucking button.
Well, if you cast your dog and then your dog dies again, you gotta wait on the cooldown. It's like, fuck.
Okay, if your dog dies after you've just cast it, you've hit your limit.
Yeah, I guess
that's your limit.
I guess that's the way to look at it. As of anything else on the PTR, level 50 gyms look to be really strong. Some people who are playing non-seasons finally got their gyms level 50. They seem like they make a big difference. And then outside of that, I mean, everything pretty much is just straightforward. You got a lot of people still just not, some people are just not playing PTR because they're just, I'll look at your results and I'll go back to live. But the nice thing is that a lot of people are starting to do Ubers now. A lot of people are working together to get those keys and stuff like that. Because everybody else is just thinking kind of like how we're thinking. We all share the same train of thought. We're like, you know what, we need to actually plan for both scenarios. The scenario in which seasons doesn't come out right away, and a scenario when seasons do come out right away. I hope they do come out right away, but I still think, dude.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty much what's happening in the world of Diablo. They really haven't announced much. I know they're starting to hype up for the console by posting in the console forums, which was somebody in the console forums was basically, let me see, I can't find it right here, but it was funny because one guy was like, look, you guys haven't posted anything in a minute. It's like, well, how the hell am I going to be able to transfer my characters from my PS3 to the new console version? Blizzard's like, oh yeah, sorry we haven't talked much about it, but you'll be able to do so. So, I mean, it looks like some people are actually interested into they're into the console getting to come out. Somebody did make an interesting post about the T6 viable builds. They said, why doesn't Blizzard make certain builds and certain guides that are official guides that show the class builds and stuff like that? And Blizzard's basically like, well, we want everybody to interpret their own builds and not... Because if we put official build up there, then that might be like the hell or high water. Everybody says you need to go the Blizzard build or we're not going to. Because I've seen that already. So have you been kicked out of any... Well, I know you do Rifted Forward and you provide charts, but have you been kicked out of any groups or anything like? Because I know it's like...
No, I only do Rifted
People
Forward.
now, if they're not running like what the meta is or what's the top tier or what you're supposed to run, they kick people out. That's been a problem. And also, they might have to address the issue of kicking people out of Greater Rifts. Because Greater Rift tokens are kind of rare.
I did see in one of the Rifted Forwards, somebody said something stupid like no laggers or something.
Right.
Something to imply that you can't just stand in the background and do nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I kind of stand in the background and do nothing just because I go in there and I blow my load. I go in there...
By load, he means keystone fragments.
No, I mean my skills.
Oh, really?
I always go and fight the bad guy. I don't care if I die, but... So I'll go in and I'll pop my, what is this? Not the mantra. My law, and it paralyzes the boss.
Right.
It stuns him. I'll throw my meteor on him, and I'll hit my fucking explosion. After that, all I can do is stand back and throw my shield. I can get about 5 shield throws, and then I can't do anything. So if he like, you know, if I'm in a T6 and I've got nothing to do, I can't run up and hit him because I have no range. What am I supposed to do? So usually I'll end up taking a fatal blow, and I'll just wait till they get him mostly down or to when my skills repop. So it's like, okay, but you're going to get mad at someone for doing Rifted Forward. Yet you're running a T6, and... Yeah, I don't know. I did see someone say that, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's just how it is. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. So...
And some people are dumb.
Well, I mean, that's just kind of how things go nowadays in online games.
Well, no, but like this one guy was doing a Rifted Forward, and his thing was, once we kill the boss, don't click on the thing, because he wants to switch to another character to give it experience. okay, why don't you do Rifted Forward and just join in with that character?
You can get that character power level much faster. They have a power leveling community where you can just hop in and power level.
But that's what I mean.
It's a waste of time to make people wake and Rifted Forward because the whole point is you want to...
That's what I mean. Like, I'm just like, I got shit to do. Somebody else just printed, hey, another T6 for free, and I'm waiting because I have to wait for your dumbass.
I don't know if it's lack of sleep, but I'm getting into a state of Diablo madness. We're at 30 minutes, which is not bad, but... Okay. You know I've been playing a lot of Diablo, and I've been getting these weird-ass dreams and stuff like that. For some reason, I don't know what it is. I need to stop eating before I go to sleep, but I'm hungry, and I don't care. So,
bad for you, man.
For some reason, I'm in the fucking Wild West, right? And I'm sitting there with my pets, and we're by a river, and we're drinking water, and we're like, oh man, I'm glad we found this water. And my fetishists were like, yeah, boss, I am too. And the fetishists have like a little cowboy hats, and they have like their little darts on the side. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I must be dreaming, because I'm talking to a fetish, and you're drinking water, and like, my dog's sitting there next to me like, he looks at me as a zombie dog, and I'm like, okay, and my Gargantua's just sitting next to me, and my Gargantua's like, dude, you always dream about Diablo, you play too much. And I'm like, how the fuck you're gonna be my pet? Play too much. You know what?
When you're my fucking pet.
I was getting ready to go off, and my Gargantua was like, hold on. Something's not right. But now somehow the water, a fucking giant worm shoots out, right? And the worm's like, I'm gonna kill you with my tumbleweed affix. And I'm like, what the fuck's a tumbleweed affix? And the giant tumbleweed hit me, knocked me on the ground. My Gargantuan picked me up, and then the little fetish just starts taking out his little darts, like his little gun saddles. They're not saddle, because you know the fetishes shoot darts, right? Motherfucker pick out the dart, just starts shooting darts, and the worm just falls over and dies. And then I'm sitting there like, how did you kill that so fast? Don't worry about the fact that we killed it so fast. The worm got all his blood in the water. Now we can't even drink this shit. I'm thirsty. And then I woke up. I am going to have to stop eating before I go to sleep and playing 12-hour runs of Diablo. Because this shit is... Did I tell you yesterday when I was doing pants on laundry and shit, I actually thought, oh, let me check to see if there's any sockets in this. And then I thought about that. And then I take up my pants, and I take out my wallet and my keys, and that's like, what? Increased gold chance fine and movement speed increase, right? Because they're my car keys and shit. And then I take the pants into my fucking closet, which is like my stash, and I open up the closet, I'm sitting there looking in my closet like, what do I want to wear today?
What build do I want to go for?
I wasn't thinking like it was like an actual, like, you know, what I'm going to wear when I go out. Because I got to do some grocery shopping. I was sitting there like, what will give me the best, like, oh, it's hot outside, so I need something that could be cool against the heat resistance. And then I stopped myself, and I looked at what I was doing, and I just realized, and I made a post about this, I was playing too much Diablo. I need to...
Either that or we need to start a forum of Diablo dreams where everybody can post their shit.
Dude, I'm telling you, I have to stop eating this fucked up food before I go to sleep.
I think you should
start dreaming about fucked up shit.
I think you should continue and just tell us every week your messed up dreams of Diablo.
Nothing will top the me. If you guys are what I'm talking about, if you like my Facebook post and you looked at the post, I actually made a post about me and the guy fetish being inside of a chemistry class, and we got sent to the principal's office, and then the motherfucking fetish bitched to me about it was Fish Chick Friday. Calm the fuck down. You know how abnormally weird that is?
See, I think we should do a section, Weird Dreams by
maybe so
by Diablo players.
Maybe so. But end all be all, if anything you can take from this, anybody out there, just play Diablo, even just 5 to 10 hours a week. Stock up on your stuff to be ready. If you don't care about anything but seasons, which some people might, then I guess you could play other games and do other stuff until seasons comes out. I know they put out the new Hearthstone stuff. I know they got stuff to do like in StarCraft. You want to play that, and they got a bunch of Blizzard stuff out. So, because Blizzard, to be fair, Blizzard does have their games are very good. I just think when you don't have anybody to compete with, we just try to we try to hold them up to a high expectation, so they keep producing the same good quality stuff. But
yeah.
just keep playing the game a little bit every week, and if you really want to go overboard, you can really keep farming for those keys, so you can do the Ubers. Outside of that, I mean, not much to really look forward to in PTR until they get the bugs fixed, but I will let you know. And Nate Dog, you got some of the...
Well, I got some Infernal Machines, so whenever you want to roll, we can. I got 5 of them.
Yeah, we could do. I guess I'll have to drag you through.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Come on, Ring!
You're not going to get the ring. Like, Keldala fucking hates you. What Nate Dogg's actually trying to get, he's trying to get a Royal Ring of Grandeur, or Ring of Royal Grandeur. And you know what? Some people might actually agree with you, because a lot of people, that seems to be like the #1 frustrated item outside of... Okay, everybody knows Star Metal Kukri, which is the OP Witch Doctor Ceremonial Knife, is often very much sought after for. But we understand that's hard to get. Ring of Royal Grandeur, I mean, we can probably have some people in the chat. A lot of people, like, probably will freak out. And a lot of people are freaking out because they're like, damn it, Blizzard, I have opened 500 caches. Where is my Ring of Royal Grandeur? And what I think they should actually do is give you like a token system or something like that so you can get the Act Legendaries. Maybe it's just a tiny bit weaker in terms of stats. So it's like, here's something to give you since you...
Right.
And then when you get the tokens on a regular basis, you can turn them in for gems or turn them in for gold so that they never become useless after you do get it. But I do agree. What are we trying to go for you again?
The weapon, the one-handed.
I'm just there. They might actually have to look into that because people are starting to get really mad. I'll be watching forum posts. It seems like the cool thing to do in the forum posts now is to complain about stuff.
Of course, dude. Complaining is the new cool thing.
Maybe so, but it's getting to the point where people are starting to freak out. Like I see, like if I had $1 for every post they talked about, I don't have a Rhino Flaler, a Rinho Flaler, or a SMK, or a Ring of Royal Grandeur, I'd be rich. Like I'm talking, make it rain, rich. You're never gonna get this weapon. Oh well.
Well, I save them for you, so you can help. Because, shit, whenever you do stuff, you get a lot. When I do it, I never get it, so.
Anyways. But, I mean, that's pretty much about it. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully Blizzard does a new update on the PTR. Otherwise, what I'm basically doing is, I'm doing about 8 hours a day of just doing PTR runs and stuff like that. And, I'm sorry, doing, runs on a live service so I can farm up and stuff like that and get my gold up. Of course, if you guys ever need a carry run or anything like that, please hit me up. If you ever want to carry run in, basically it's in the description on my channel on Twitch TV, so check that out. Help support the stream or simply subscribe or just tell your friends to come stop by. So 8 hours a day I will be just farming, and then 4 hours a day I started to working on my guides ahead of time. So now I'm working on a rendition of the new cold pet build for Witch Doctors because they changed a lot of the pets to cold property now. And they even made some of the nice spells like actually like cold property, like Acid Cloud that was all poison before. Now they have a rune that's cold, but it kind of sucks. But they got some okay, decent stuff for what it's worth. So that's what I'm going to start doing. So that's pretty much what I'm doing for the week. I know Nate Dogg is going to be continuing just trying to improve his Crusader piece by piece. I know he's going for the one weapon that makes it so that Holy Shield can be spammable as much as possible.
I can't wait for that. I can actually do shit now.
But he's actually at T2. You probably could do T3. He's at
I probably could
1.3
do
million
T3.
DPS, 7.3, which is not bad. I remember back in the day, you only had like 250k, so you come away. I think Rifted Forward really did it for you.
Oh, well, look at my Paragon level.
Yeah, and then also 201. So it's nice to see Nate Dogg enjoying the game of how he's doing it, because I really think the way he plays the game is really on point. Because really, you're just playing for the love of Diablo and finding new items. For people like me, I don't think the game was too designed for people like me, in all honesty, just to grind at it crazy. Like, because it really, I mean,
Yeah.
I have like 4 sets of everything.
Yeah.
I think Diablo 3 was supposed to be a little bit more of a casual experience, which is okay. We'll just have to wait to see. Maybe Blizzard will turn things around. I don't think the game's dying anywhere. I don't think it's a bad game. I still would give this game like a 9 out of 10, 9.5. I just think it's because we hold Blizzard up to such a high standard and no one else is making an ARPG this good. I mean, the guys at PoE, Path of Exile, is great, but no one really wants to play like a... You could have a wonderful game system, but if your controller, if your character you play is kind of clunky, like playing like a caveman, and like the graphics are kind of like Diablo 2, people seen Diablo 2 graphics for a long time.
Yeah.
And then plus, even if we don't look at graphics and we just look at, people want smooth controlling characters, not like clunky characters. That does make a matter because when you're playing an RPG, controls are very important because these are the controls you have to deal with as you level up your characters.
Right.
Anyways, as always, we appreciate you guys watching the stream. We were trying to start the Gamer Corner series where we just do throwback games. I had a PS2, but unfortunately it's broken, so we'll have to figure something out. Also, I keep saying this, but I'm going to put out a video. I'm going to start either collecting funds or figuring something out and doing incentives. We just need a PS3 and a monitor. Shouldn't be much. Or if anybody has a PS3 out there they don't need or something like that. What I'm trying to do is I want to play Diablo, the original one, the level 60, the PS3 one. Mm-hmm. I want to play that hardcore, like every day, legit. And then on the 19th, it'll be nice because on the 19th, then the expansion comes out. And when the expansion comes out, then I can go directly and play the expansion. And then maybe the incentives will be like the highest donator will just basically get there and I will name the witch doctor after them or something like that. Or
that'd be cool.
Something like of that nature. So that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, because I really don't think anybody is going to do the console justice, and I really want to do the console because I feel bad for the console users just because no one support. No, you know how many times I got people coming from the, hey man, I play the console, dog. You got any builds for me, man? I don't know. No one's here to help me. And I'm like, shh, calm down.
She's coming.
And I'll give a guy a build. Because I remember how shit used to be back at level 60. Then he comes back a week later. Oh, yeah, man, I'm like Paragon level 60. I'm doing good. There's a lot of people who play the console. Like, I get like...
I'm surprised,
out
actually.
of the last month, I got about 15 messages from people who needed advice on console. So I want to do the console right. I'll make a video about that. We'll set up the donation thing so we can hopefully get it. It won't be more than... I think it'll only end up being $250 at the most. Yeah. Which is not too bad. Like if I usually sometimes I get viewers of like $200 to $300. So if everybody just chipped in $1, I can do it. And then like I said, then I also can make a guide for it and help everybody out. And we'll figure this out because somebody got to do the Diablo 3 console justice. Because usually the people that stream it, they just exploit the fuck out of it. I want to actually. Mm-hmm. And then plus we can play the console together. It'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, we could play the console. And plus I'll be playing a hardcore character. But enough shameless promoting. As always, we appreciate you guys watching the show and keeping the views up on it. The YouTube channel is going fantastic. Thank you for all the new followers and stuff and subscribers and all people subscribing on YouTube. Nate Dogg got a little series coming out soon in the Neither Realm. I don't know why I use that. It's gonna be like it's gonna be basically a throwback RPG show where he just basically talks about the first 30 minutes of the game.
I'm thinking about calling it the first 30.
The first 30?
Yeah, so eventually when you run out of RPGs, you can play the first 30 minutes of any game.
So pretty much, he's really good with RPG games on consoles and shit, and he's just going to be making recommendations of what games to play. They're throwback, which ones are maybe you can go back and play. Maybe they're on PlayStation Network or Xbox Network. Something that you can pick up on an emulator or something you can just buy and it's not too expensive so you can actually enjoy the game. Good quality games for a good cheap price, I guess, and showcase the first 30 minutes of it. So when that happens, they'll be uploaded on these channels. But as always, we appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for checking out the show. And any final words, Nate Dogg?
Pepperoni.
We'll see you guys next week. All right, cool.